The protest movement gripping Peru has affected the country's top tourist destinations. World-famous Inca site Machu Picchu closed. The movement is now taking to the water as the indigenous protesters take over Lake Titicaca. The lake, nicknamed the birthplace of the Incas, now giving fresh life to the protests of their descendants.
We want a new constitution, one that represents the truly Taquiños, the native Peruvians, the Puna region, the brothers and sisters from all over Peru who are far from the capital.
The movement took hold in the south of the country, with indigenous peoples decrying the December ousting of former President Pedro Castillo, a man seen as one of their own. Faced with an impeachment vote, the 53-year-old tried to dissolve Congress. Instead, he was ousted, arrested, and then replaced by his vice president, Dina Boluarte. She is now the focus of the protesters' anger, with Boluarte refusing to give in to their demands. Things have at times turned violent. At least 45 people have died. The south of the country has all but been brought to a standstill, but the unrest is spreading north, with thousands of protesters taking their demands to the streets of the capital. Those seen as the coastal elites may have blocked out the noise made by rural indigenous communities in the past, but their calls are now impossible to ignore. The protests have ballooned to include anger at socioeconomic inequality and a perceived unjust system. President Boluarte has floated the idea of bringing elections forward to April 2024, but as Jorge Sanchez Perez told France 24, the problem may be deeper than a vote.
It's going to be extremely hard to find any political actor that has some kind of legitimacy that in order to claim representation of the people. Many Peruvians, I would say, seem to be fed up not just with the people in current power, but with the entire system. So even if we have snap elections tomorrow, it is quite likely, I agree, that the people that will take over the position as candidates will be basically the same thing we've had before.
A small fraction of MPs have launched debates to impeach Boluarte, but for now, both the president and the protesters are refusing to budge. All eyes are now on who will blink first.